Welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Podcast, a weekly show that delivers the best hard-hitting property industry news, business advice, and talks that will get you ascending in the real estate industry. Now, here's your host, the amazing award-winning property and business coach, best-selling author, and serial entrepreneur, Miss Sapphire Gray.
Welcome to this evening's presentation. I'm doing it under our podcast, so I hope you enjoy this. It's the Savvy Sapphire Presents How to Fall Back in Love with Your Business. If you have any comments or any questions throughout this whole presentation, please feel free to share. Please put your name in the box as well, because StreamYard will not pick up on your name automatically. And I'd like to say good evening to you. So here we go with our presentation. So how to fall back in love with your business. Do you feel a bit stressed at the moment because you're just feeling that you're not quite getting there with your business? Well, let's show you how you can. So how to fall back in love with your business. My name is Sapphire Gray. I'm a mother of 4 daughters, 4 girls, and grandchildren, a grandmother of 7 grandchildren, entrepreneur, business and property investor, consultant, creative as well, of the Savvy Women Group. I'm a best-selling author as well. So if you are aware of me and know what I'm about, then you will have a better understanding of the things that I'm going to share with you this evening. So key to my success was understanding my personal and business finance, services and product pricing, clearly defining my target audience, use of social media to grow my business, creating a buzz around my brands as well, because when you create a buzz around your brands, people tend to really be involved with you, and that's what keeps you motivated throughout your business as well. Accreditations and awards, learning to build trust and reputation, and seeking multiple streams of income. And I've done all of these throughout my personal journey. These are just some of my brands. Now, the topic today is how to fall back in love with your business. Now, as you can see, I have loads of brands, and these are all different brands that I've created over the years, and that I've developed because I'm passionate about what I do. Have I always been in love with business? Have I fallen out of love? Absolutely. When times have been hard. And those are the times through recession. Now, I've gone through 2 recessions, and it has been really hard for me to be motivated to keep myself going throughout those times. These are some of the awards and publications that I've been in as well. As you can see, last year I was selected for 5 awards, won 5 awards last year, which I was honored and privileged to have won. And it just goes to show what you can do when you are in love with your business. So I want to be on this presentation to show you this evening how to fall back in love. I've been in business for 30 years and counting. And these are just some of the things that I've done over those 30 years. I've built a massive portfolio of investment properties. I've been on talk shows, I've given talks, I've done lectures, I've done all of those things, but it wasn't easy. So we make light of business sometimes, but the consequences of failure really are unthinkable, just like our relationships. Do you remember those first dates? Now, we're all on this Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, where love is in the air, supposedly. And do you remember those days where when you first met, you was in love and you done everything together. You didn't want to be out of each other's company. And, you were so passionate about that relationship. The same principle applies to your business. You was passionate when you first started out. You couldn't get enough of it. You wanted to work all those long hours and do all the things, and build out your business. But then something happened. When you start to get complacent within your relationship, what happens? You become bored with one another. And you can see here by this image that they're bored. They're sitting there and they're doing opposite things. They're on their phone. They're not paying attention to each other. And it's the same thing with your business as well. If you don't show it love and if you don't pay it attention, you would absolutely fall out of love with it. So limiting beliefs as the business owner, when you look in the mirror, who do you see? When I looked at myself, I had to do a self-assessment. And that self-assessment was simply, am I genuinely interested in my family and business needs? Yes. Do I have fun on a regular basis and with contact with my family and business and clients? Yes. How about yourself? Do you have close contact with your business and your family as well? Share your answers in the box if you can. All of anybody that is leaving the comments, please feel free to leave your comment, but make sure that you leave a comment so that I can leave your name so that I can see who's commenting. Do you have connection time with your partner and downtime for yourself? I answered yes to this. Are you a good listener? Yes, I am. Do I encourage my children and partner to talk about themselves all the time? And do I make my children and partner and my clients feel important? Because these are the things that really help you to develop yourself as an individual, stopping those limited beliefs, but also genuinely giving you a self-assessment of who you are so that you don't lose the love for your business, that you don't fall out of love with it. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here this evening, is not to lose love for yourself or your family or even business. And also, what makes your business is your clients. Do you love and embrace your clients? So take a look in a mirror, as I did, and it will make a huge difference to who you are when you look at yourself and you ask yourself those questions. Am I doing all these things? And can I absolutely say, yes, I am? So consider the case study of a startup of Annie. Annie had a startup business, but over 3 months, she became withdrawn with a sense of hopelessness, which was brought on by single-handedly trying to balance her business and family commitments. Who here has always tried to balance their family and their business commitments all at once and really felt overwhelmed by it? Please feel free to share. After consulting with her family, she realized that they needed to seek professional counseling as they were going through a nightmare under the stress weight of the new business. Annie contacted us 4 months through her counseling as she felt that she wasn't in the right place, and she wanted to make sure that her and her family were able to identify the problem for her and devise a simple 12-month plan with clear goals and things that she needed to do. They were all thought out and straightforward and easy to follow. So that's just one of our clients. Yes, I've changed the name to hide their details, but it just goes to show in a startup phase, you can go through all of this. But by coming to us, she was able to alleviate that. So she fell back in love with her business because she balanced it herself out. And consider cases of the growth phase. Jasmine. Money was a big issue for Jasmine. Most nights were spent nerve-wracking over the prospect of not being able to keep up the business runnings. This made her quite depressed and disillusioned. She was thinking that affirmations sucked. And sometimes we do. When we get up and we do all these affirmations and we're following all these gurus and things that they say, it just makes us feel even worse when you just know they're not working for you. When Jasmine contacted us, we spent the first 2 weeks talking to her about her personal needs, not business. Remember the difference is her personal needs. Because what people don't understand is that when it comes to business, you first have to look at yourself, because often or not, it's about who you are rather than the business going wrong, because you're not coping, you're stressed out. We talked for the first 2 weeks, then in turn gave her back her confidence to share her anxieties about the business growth and this direction. Because we talked about her personal, she then trusted us to then talk about her business. We then set out a plan, introduced her to many contacts that we had, so that she could reduce her expenses without getting rid of staff, and planned a way forward. So that's how she fell back in love with her business.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button below. Our podcast is only made possible by great listeners like you.
Do you have any questions at this point? Please feel free to share away if you've got any questions about what we've just discussed. Now you saw the startup and you saw the person that had experience in it, but both of them fell out of love for different reasons as well. And that's what I'm here to share with you, to understand why it is important to talk and to share and to find out what is it that you need to change in order to love your business once again. So step 1, trim the fat and make it into a lean machine. Remove all excess fat from your business, reducing your monthly outgoings, such as rent, staff costs, it could be, and any other items by reviewing your profit and loss statements regularly. This step will take the pressure off and give you back some control over your affairs. Without the initial crucial steps, any cash brought in will just be wasted. So get cracking. Look at the things where you can trim the fat and move your business into that lean machine. Completing these steps will allow you to get closer to transforming your business. Step 2, ride the storm and never wait for it to turn. With the costs under control, you can now draw up a profit enhancement plan and work really through it. Only take a break when it's necessary for you to do so, and start seeing the results only briefly, because you need to be maintaining the momentum and keep the momentum going. This is where you get your mojo back. Does that make sense? So once you keep the momentum going, this is where you're going to really get back in love with your business. When you start seeing the results from your intensely focused actions, you are motivated to do more. You will start enjoying or even loving your business again. Step 3, design the lifestyle that you deserve, because we all deserve a good lifestyle. The next step is to step back and work out the hours you like to work and schedule your business around it. Aiming to work more efficiently so that your time is really time off. You have to plan it well, and you'll have to have some more cash on hand for some treats as well. Always believe in treating yourself when it comes to building out your business. Once you start to make those profits, start treating yourself as well. You can now delegate some to your team, and it becomes more affordable. Hope is not a strategy to get help. If you must stay in your business while you're doing all of this, keep your finger on the pulse. You know where to find us. You know how you can get in touch with us. So if you want help with your strategy, you can get in touch with us as well to help you do that. So what goals have you set for your business? Good evening. I just want to say good evening to Maureen and Emily. Thanks for joining us. What is a profit enhancement plan? It's basically scheduling out exactly what you want for your business to bring in at a different level. So it's what's coming in and what you want it to bring in. And that is how we develop a business plan around for our clients. We look at exactly what they've got coming in and how they can increase that value by bringing in different amounts or various, if it's a service you're offering, what other services can you tag onto that? Or if it's a business consultancy or anything, what services or what products you can add to that portfolio to bring in more revenue. So that's how we define an enhancement plan as well. So thanks for that question. So what goals have you set for your business? And I always say, when you're setting goals, make sure they're realistic as well. Good evening, Charmaine. Lovely to have you here. Don't do goals that are unreachable. Have short-term, and long-term goals. Make your goals specific and measurable with a deadline. So don't do a goal and say, right, I can do that in the end of next year or the year after. Be specific on the goals that you're trying to achieve. And don't do them where you feel it's just far-fetched goals and that you just won't be able to achieve, because you're setting yourself up to fail. And that's exactly what I said here. Don't set yourself up to fail. Don't be lazy. Be relevant, be patient and persistent, and review your goals constantly. Now, who here reviews their goals constantly? You also got to be business focused and be flexible in what you are doing as well. Don't be rigid in not being able to stretch. And if you've got a team working with you, allow your team to also interject in what you're doing and give you some advice as well. I do that with my team, and they put in suggestions that I just let them run with. And some suggestions will work and some won't, but at least you give them the freedom to run with those. So being flexible is key here. So final thoughts. The one secret that I can leave with you is that you'll never stop reaching for the best for you and your families, as the rewards that you will gain are priceless. There is no catch to our methods, and it is quite a simple step-by-step formula, so that using it, anyone will be able to achieve this. If you have any further questions, I'd love to hear them. Here's our contact details. Please feel free to reach out to us. Any questions? Anyone have any questions this evening? This presentation was simply how to fall back in love with your business. And it is not easy to always fall back in love with your business, but I wanted to demonstrate that it could. Sometimes it can be easy to fall back in love with your business by just changing and moving 3 things, which we talked about. I hope you enjoyed this presentation on your Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining me and taking that time out. I really appreciate it. And I will be doing some more presentations over the next coming weeks. I hope you can join me then. But if not, have a lovely evening. I look forward to seeing you or speaking with you all. And it was lovely to be part of your Valentine's Day. Have a lovely day and evening even. Speak to you soon.
This week's episode of the Savvy Property Investors Podcast was brought to you by our sponsor, the Savvy Women Group. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show, head over to our website, www.savvywomen.co.uk, to gain access to our free resources and more insights about our guest speaker today. Remember, we make your business our business, so you can unlock your full potential and improve your quality of life.